So why don't Canadians understand how good my solutions are? Well, if you're not born in Canada, but you're now doing business in Canada, you're here in the right place. Click the subscribe button, set up the alert. If the content of this video is useful, let us know by clicking the like button. Okay, so this is what I hear from a lot of you foreign-born business people doing business in Canada. It doesn't seem that Canadians get it. They don't understand how good I may be for them as their supplier. So the first thing I hear is, oh, Canadians don't seem to understand how much better than others my company, my business is at solving problems. We're so great. We provide all this evidence, but they don't seem to understand. Second thing is like, well, Canadians don't seem to appreciate how differentiated our quality is. We're so much more refined, much better. We're robust. We deliver what we promise and all this. And they don't seem to understand that. Or Canadians don't seem to feel compelled to buy from me right away, despite all my demonstrations of great quality, great solutions that I have at a very low price. Like why they see a low price for a great quality, they don't buy it right away. So here are a few things that cause confusion and what is that Canadians are really thinking, okay? And here I need to make a quick comment that Canadian in this context is not somebody just was born and raised in Canada. No, Canadian is anybody born anywhere, but who is in Canada now for a long time, enough to have developed a local way of thinking. So your Canadian can be born anywhere, okay? But they are operating in Canada and they are behaving as according to local ways of doing things in Canada. So it's not about the competition and that you had to beat very difficult circumstances back home. So it's not about how good you were in another context, right? They understand, they may admire when you demonstrate how good you were, that you were supplying to big multinationals back home, or with very little infrastructure, you came up with something very creative. Yeah, they will understand. Yeah, sure, that's good, good for you. But they fail to see how that connects to them. Also, it's almost like I see from a lot of immigrant business owners saying like, wow, if they only could see how great our business is just beyond a simple solution. We are fantastic. We can deliver any solution for them. If we have any curved balls, we can be a great supplier. So it looks like a lot of people that I talk to that are immigrant business people in Canada tend to want to convince people that their business is great in too many dimensions. And this is a bit of a problem. Okay, this causes confusion because the Canadian is not looking for broad abilities and a wide range of capabilities. And this annoys some people from other countries coming to Canada saying, wow, why can't they see I'm good in so many things? They only want to talk about this, but obviously, if I'm good at all these other things, I'm going to be good at this too. This is a piece of cake. Well, Canadians tend to be very focused on a very specific niche problem. And then they want to know, can you deliver in this very narrow need better than anybody else? And this is where people fail in this building of relationships with Canadians, okay? How do we do this? Let's talk about this now. So we have here our Your Business in Canada platform, which is a place where we gather together other immigrant business people like you who are in Canada creating results. And we will be by your side along the way, helping you build your success. Okay, let's look here. What can you do now to get Canadians to actually understand how good your solutions are? Okay, very simple. Your focus may be too broad and too generic today. This may be the problem, right? So what do you do? What you need to do is to be more specialized and more niche. You need to focus on one specific thing or very few specific things that your client may need now, right? Never focus on price first. Don't start the conversation or don't introduce the fact that you're much cheaper too early in the conversation. Also, quality, a big quality is not a differentiator in this market, right? It's a prerequisite, right? It's a given. It's like you say you're honest at a job interview. Of course you have to be honest, otherwise nobody's gonna give you a job, but you don't bring it up, say, hey, hire me because I'm an honest employee. It's like, do you have to say that? Really? It's like having to say you have quality. right? You don't have to do that, right? So it's not like, oh, we have great quality and low price. They're only gonna hear low price. They're gonna say, well, they probably don't deliver great solution, right? So it's another challenge to be avoided. Like, do not show too many capabilities. When you show too many things that you're good at, you're gonna be creating confusion and skepticism in the mind of Canadian, right? They're gonna say, well, but what really do they do? They said they do this, but also they do that. They can be good at this, can be good at that, but like, really they be that good at that many things, right? Okay, so what works? What should you do? What is helpful that if you conduct yourself according to these things I'm going to mention now, then yes, then you increase dramatically the possibility that Canadians will understand how good your solutions are. Let's look at it. When will Canadians understand how great your solutions are? A few quick things. First, you need to show that you understand specific problems that they have. So your market research, your information interviews, your conversations you had, it's work that you did before being in these sales efforts. You will be able to show them that you understand the specific problems that they have. The other thing that is very helpful if you do is like you need to show specialized ways that your solution solves these specific problems. Like, yeah, you understand their problem, but also you say, hey, and this is a unique approach, the unique ways that we solve these problems better than anybody else. Because when you're able to do this, you get out of the pricing battle in commodities. There's always somebody cheaper than you out there in the market, right? So don't go to price because you're gonna eventually lose to somebody else. It's not good to be selling commodities, right? They also will understand when you demonstrate how you solve these problems that they have better than the alternatives. And you need to know which are the alternatives they have. In other words, you need to know your competition, even if it's just some internal process that they do in the business, right? You need to be able to understand what you are up against, right? And the way you finally convince them is like quantifying cases. You show them with numbers that you understand the problem they have and that you are able to solve this problem better than anybody else. Therefore, they should be dealing with you, right? In other words, you focus on the problem at hand and demonstrate how you already solved this problem, as opposed to what you may be doing, which is trying to showcase too many capabilities that your business has and too many varied problems. Oh, we got this curved ball and you solve this way, and then this other thing we solve this way. Because here's the thing about emerging markets mentality. When we grow up in emerging markets, we believe that it's very important to be able to deal with the unexpected. So anything that comes my way, I have this great group, this great team, this great process that I can handle anything and I'll be able to deliver a solution. That works very well in emerging markets. That's the kind of supplier you want in an environment where things change. In an environment like Canada, though, where things tend to be relatively steady, people are very structured, they understand planning and all that. If you talk about too many capabilities, people get lost, get confused, and they don't trust you because they think you're kind of selling snake oil or something, right? So it's important to be specific, niche, narrow, and demonstrate that within that very narrow environment, you're able to deliver the best solutions. Here are 2 videos that have more information about this, okay? Have a good one.